just wanted to ask you if you're familiar with the training that says that civil affairs officers are not supposed to try to negotiate a compromise in between businesses and the protesters.
Well, define compromise.
Compromise is asking someone who's doing something to move based on what the other person wants.
Well, if you define that as a compromise, then I would say no, that wasn't a compromise.
But I asked you if you were aware of the training. I didn't ask you what you thought that was a compromise or not. I asked you if you were aware of the training.
You know, we do training in reference to a lot of things.
I want to step back. I don't want, so just, yeah.
Oh, okay. Whether or not I agree to your definition of compromise as part of our training, I would have to say no.
Okay, so you haven't had any training. I'm not talking about compromise, how it's defined. I'm talking about training in general regarding compromises between businesses and protesters.
We don't negotiate between businesses and protesters.
No, I'm saying working on a compromise, brokering a compromise.
That would be negotiating. We don't negotiate anything between businesses and protesters.
Then what would you call the fact that the zoo wants me to move my table?
Actually,
and you came over.
He doesn't want you to move your table.
You asked.
I finished talking to him, and he's fine. He just left.
Okay, so we just wasted a whole 15 minutes going back and forth on this. Next time, can I ask you a favor?
We didn't waste time.
When it's the public side, well, you wasted my time. I could have been leafleting. I could have been talking to people, doing outreach.
But you see, in all fairness, Ms. Betsy, in all fairness, the back and forth was because you decided to do so. I only wanted to ask you a question.
I wanted to know why you're asking me the question. When a police officer, a law enforcement, can I finish? When a law enforcement officer comes up and asks me a question and asks me to move my table, I have it on video, I need to know why you're asking.
Well, actually, when you replay the video, what you'll hear me say is, would it be an issue if you move from there to there? Is it an inconvenience for you? Because if it's an inconvenience and there's an issue, then leave it there. When I'm used to seeing you here, and I'm wondering why you set up there.
Okay, we're going back and forth again.
No, I'm
saying in the future, I would appreciate in the future. I would appreciate it if I'm on the public sidewalk that you wouldn't attempt to move me from a place on the public sidewalk unless you did today, unless I'm obstructing, or unless I'm.
But we have a right to disagree.
Okay.
Well, we disagree on that.
Can I give my opinion? I'm giving my opinion. I'm asking you in the future, if I'm on a public access and not causing problems, can you please refrain from asking me questions about why I'm there? I have the right to be here. I don't want to waste time going back and forth.
I'm asking you a question that I don't know the answer to the situation, because as a police officer, I'm supposed to know what's going on.
Well,
if I walk up in the middle of a demonstration and I have people demonstrating and I don't know what they're doing or why they're doing it, it's my job to ask them the question. Then once I have the answer, they're more free to do whatever.
You didn't ask the question based on your own, you asked it based on what the zoo was asking you.
I asked it based on my observation of the table there. I'm used to seeing it here.
And the zoo coming up to you. Right, and you felt the need.
He did not ask that you move. He asked me about the table.
In the future, I would appreciate if you would tell the zoo to come to me directly. I don't need the police.
That would be negotiating.
That's not negotiating.
To ask him to come talk to you?
If he has a question about me, he should come talk to me.
I would never ask him to do that.
Why not?
Well, because that could cause a confrontation. Why would I ask him to go speak to you directly and cause a confrontation?
Can we get your supervisor here? Because this is a real problem.
More than welcome.
Yeah. Can you call him?
I will.
Okay, thanks. Hey, officers. Did Sergeant DeMalto leave?
I'm not sure.
You don't know?
No, I don't know. He may have gone to his vehicle and might be coming back.
Okay.